Hi, Cathy here. For the last couple of years, as we near the holidays, I've been sharing books I love, books that you might love and that you might find interesting as gifts for those you love for the holidays, or as books that you just might really enjoy yourself. So this year, I'd like to start this week with devotionals. Books that I've been using this year and that I love, and books that I'm looking forward to using next year. So the first one is My Utmost for His Highest, writings by Oswald gathered by Biddy after his death. This is a classic and you've probably heard of it. I've used it year after year, and each day I find something new, something that convicts me more. I love this book so much and the writings in it so much that I've used excerpts from it in my book, Nightbird Calling, that will release in January. So, and the reason I did that is because I just really want to bring this book to readers. So I would love to read to you what may be my very favorite quote. And it is the last paragraph or two from the last day of the year, December 31st. And I just think this is a wonderful thing as we near the end, and we've all been through hard things this year. Our yesterdays present irreparable things to us. It is true that we have lost opportunities which will never return, but God can transform this destructive anxiety into a constructive thoughtfulness for the future. Let the past sleep, but let it sleep on the bosom of Christ. Leave the irreparable past in His hands and step out into the irresistible future with Him. I love that. Another book I've been using this year is also a classic. However, I had never read this book before, and I can't believe that so many years have passed and I've not read it, but I love it. It's called Streams in the Desert. It's by Lettie Cowman, Mrs. Charles Cowman, it says on the front. And this is an old copy, of course, but you can get a more modern copy through your bookstore, through your favorite bookstore, or online. And so I'd just like to read a little bit from December 29. Take any word you please that He has spoken and say, that word is my word. Put your finger on this promise and say, it is mine. How much of the word has been endorsed and receded and said, it is done? How many promises can you subscribe and say, fulfilled to me? Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. Don't let your inheritance go by default. When faith goes to market, it always takes a basket. I love that. Streams in the Desert by Lettie Cowman. So this coming year, I'm looking forward to some new books. This is also a book I've never read, but has been recommended to me by a number of people. It's by J.I. Packer. It's called Knowing God Through the Year, and it's based on his book, Knowing God, which you may have read, but I haven't, so I'm going to read that one this year too. And I'd just love to read a little bit from the very first day. What matters supremely is not the fact that I know God, but the larger fact that underlies it, the fact that He knows me. I am engraved on the palms of His hands. I am never out of His mind. All my knowledge of Him depends on His sustained initiative in knowing me. I know Him because He first knew me and continues to know me. He knows me as a friend and is one who loves me. There is no moment when His eye is off me or His attention distracted from me, and no moment, therefore, when His care falters. This is a momentous knowledge. There is unspeakable comfort, the sort of comfort that energizes, be it said, not enervates, in knowing that God is constantly taking knowledge of me in love and watching over me for my good. Reflect. What comfort do you take from knowing that your name is engraved on the hand of God? I'm really looking forward to this. Knowing God by J.I. Packer. And last, but certainly not least, is a collection of books. This is by Jane Rubietta. Now, you've probably heard of Jane Rubietta. She's a wonderful Bible teacher and mentor of women. It's a 4-book set, and it's divided into seasons, beginning with winter, spring, summer, and fall. And it's so interesting. These go through, the first one is for winter, 90 days of deeper devotion through winter, finding your way from pain to purpose, the lives of Adam and Noah. So this is going to have some good Bible study in it and devotion. In the spring, finding your promise, from barren to bounty, the life of Abraham. And summer, finding your name, from insecurity to inheritance, the lives of Isaac and Jacob. And finally, fall, finding your dream, from famine to feast, the life of Joseph. I'm really looking forward to this. And although I would normally read some of the devotion, I just want to read the poem that Jane ends on the first day, the very first day. Remember, we're talking creation here in this very first day. And I should say this too. It begins December 1st instead of January 1st because it's winter. It begins December 1st, so you'd want to go ahead and order these to be ready. But this poem is called Traveling Mercy. And think creation as we're reading this. Dear one, the world wasn't, then it was. You weren't, but now you are. And we are together in time and space, a continuum of relationship and glory forming, shaping, calling forth. And I said, and it is so. Join me in this act of creation. Note to self, live life today. A collection of 4 devotional books, beginning with Finding Your Way by Jane Rubietta. And I'm sure you can find this either through your favorite bookstore or online or through Jane's website. So those are my offerings for today. I look forward next week to sharing more books with you. And until then, take care, God bless, and happy reading.